Tomáš Zdechovský, Czech MEP. Hello, sir, and welcome to TVP World.
Hello, good morning.
So now, the upcoming European Parliament elections in the Czech Republic, I feel like have revealed a different approach from political parties compared to previous elections. For the first time, now Czech campaigns are intensely focused on pan-European issues. So how do you think that these issues like migration and European Green Deal impact voter behavior and party dynamics during the campaign?
I think in this moment is maximum crucial moment that the Czech voters will vote for the parties who is promise security and solving immigration problem. It was never before. Before it was much more about domestic politics, but now is it much more about international politics? And you mentioned Green Deal. You are absolutely right. The people are now looking for pragmatization of this deal. Also, they want to see any progress, and they want to see how the Czech new members of the European Parliament will fight for pragmatic approach in Green Deal.
All right, like you mentioned, the focus is turning from more domestic to that of more international. Now, when we look at a lot of European countries, usually the national and domestic elections have a higher turnout rate compared to these European Parliament elections. Do you think the fact that the shift of the Czech Republic's focus is now more international, we would see more higher turnout rate compared to previous years?
Yeah. The situation in Ukraine and the attack and the aggression of Russia in Ukraine really help a lot to bring the international topics to the Czech sphere, to the Czech public. And people react now on the situation, and they are asking, who is behind immigration in Libya, in Africa? Why Russia made so many operations in this country? Why grew emphasize the attacks in other countries? We had one terrorist attack in Vrbětice, but we know that now the Poland has a big problem with pirates, what are really established by pro-Russian forces. And the Czech intelligences and the Czech military services, it's now commenting the situation and it's preparing the people that the situation in the Czech Republic, Poland, or in the middle of Europe must be much more focused for the security reasons. And I think that people now are asking for strong politicians what are prepared to solve the problems with security, immigration, but with defense. Defense is not the competition of European Union. But people in the campaign are asking more and more about this topic.
And having said that, we also see that the campaigns themselves have a polarizing character, similar to patterns seen in other countries. And now, speaking of the voter turnout, that the voter turnout in the Czech Republic is to be below 40%, at least as of now, the recent preliminary polls. But I want to ask you about the polarization within the society, because on the other hand, for instance, we have the far-right groups. For instance, the coalition of Prisaha and motorists, pardon me if I butcher it, has built an entire campaign rejecting the green policy at the European level. And now even the main election candidate, NAO, strongly opposes the European Green Deal and the Migration Pact. So what risks, to your mind, does the success of far-right populist parties in several EU countries pose to overall European political system?
I'm absolutely sure that pro-European parties will have it majority in European Parliament. But of course, you have it in many countries around the European Union, some special parties from left or from the right, what are promoting idea that they will kill all the EU legislation, they will establish new things, they will stop the euro as a currency and other other things what they are promoting, and people are trusting these lies, because you know that member of European Parliament cannot really change or stop the Green Deal. But yeah, it's the right of the voters to take some of this person on the board of European Parliament. And I I am in European Parliament for 10 years, and I am absolutely sure that these people, after 1 year, if they will see that they don't have it any power and they cannot change nothing because they are without the power, they will disappear from European Parliament. This is what I saw last 10 years in European Parliament, and I am absolutely sure that this extremist party will not do nothing in European Parliament. How was it now?
All right, like you mentioned, immigration and the Green Initiative, these are very big topics on the head of a lot of the citizens within the country. But in the meantime, of course, it's also being overutilized by parties that have more extremist rhetorics that shows itself as a stronger or a more kind of influential when it comes to this matter at hand. How will the European voter kind of strike this balance in terms of pushing the kind of policy they want to see without having to dive into these extremist politics?
It's a very good question, because now it was a little bit, last 5 years, it was a little bit green extremist policy. Also politics, and the Greens really were pushing the green agenda as a top topic. But in this moment, the reaction of all people, what they see in practice, and they see how is it imbalanced. They want any pragmatic approach, and they want many changes of Green Deal. And I think now it will be next 5 years for balancing the Green Deal, because Green Deal in the ideological meaning means that we have it only everything what is it in this way green. But I think it's not pragmatical. We will lose our economical force, and we will lose all our industry if we will decide it and go in this way, what was promoting by Franz Timmermans, the former commissioner. And I think it's now very important time to balancing and find any result what will be very good for nature, what will be very good for our children, for really our future, but what will not kill everything what is linked with industry.
So a mammoth task ahead for now European democracy. Thank you so much, Tomáš Zdechovský, for joining us and providing your insights.
It's every time my pleasure.